Yeah.
And we started with 27 minutes of recording then.
I don't know.
Yushin's magic camera.
It just creates more memory on it the more you record. Hello everyone, welcome back to LTF1. You may notice we're in the same place as we were in the last video. Or the
Almost
next video.
like we're filming them back to back.
Almost, not quite.
Yushin had a biscuit in between.
I did have a biscuit. So, today we're going to be talking about the first race of the calendar this year in Bahrain.
Start with testing, because Bahrain from last year doesn't matter
Yeah.
an inch, does it, an ounce?
Yeah, if you haven't watched Drive to Survive, Bahrain happened last year, Hamilton won just about, and yeah, it has no relevance now because the cars are completely different. Who knows who's going to win on board this year? It's testing, let's go.
From testing,
Yes.
I think I'd put my money on Ferrari. I feel like they were holding back, and they were still right up there. Obviously the times don't matter, but they seem solid. The porpoising might get them, but
yeah, a lot of drivers have said about Ferrari this year they're ones to look out for. I know Mercedes said it, but who trusts Mercedes?
chat shit all year long.
Mercedes are always going to try and put the attention on someone else who's looking good. Yeah.
Ferrari looking very good. McLaren look not so good. They might have fallen back.
Yeah.
I don't know what their problem. They had brake cover problems.
Yeah, because they in Barcelona testing they looked alright to start with,
and then they've just sort of fallen away.
Yeah.
Alpine not looking that impressive. Aston Martin to me didn't look that impressive either.
Yeah, because there was, I think it was either just before testing or as testing started, loads of people saying Alpine could be dark horses this year.
Yeah.
Even Aston Martin, not as much, but more Alpine.
Even if you just look at the Aston Martin car though, just by the look of it, it is either championship material or back of the grid, because it seems so extreme that it's like they've either got it perfectly right or completely wrong.
Yeah.
In my limited aerodynamic knowledge.
Yeah, we used to have someone that wrote for us about aerodynamics, but it's been a while, so if he's watching this, please get back to us. Yeah. Maybe he could enlighten us a bit further. But yeah. Yeah,
so Bahrain, back to the normal track. Wish they'd done the outer loop as we've done testing on the normal track, but
we need the outer loop back.
We do need the outer loop back, especially if we're gonna have testing then.
Yeah.
But yeah, from testing, I'm going Ferrari, Red Bull is up there.
Yeah.
And I think Mercedes will put it back up.
Yeah, because Mercedes, they're claiming they have problems. I've seen a lot of people say they could start 19th, 20th for like the first 3 races of the season and still no one would trust them.
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't know.
I really want Alfa Romeo to be up there because I want to see that car.
Yeah,
I want to see it on TV. I want TV coverage of that car to be available.
It was just after the last video we were talking about how Akshar was posting.
It was in the video.
Was it in the video? Well, Akshar posted Alfa Romeo's car in his story and the concept designs for that car about 3 times.
I really like it.
Yeah, I really like the Williams car as well. There's been not much about them in testing, to be fair.
I'm hoping they're just strong midfield. They've just gone about their testing quietly, no faffing, no fussing.
I would quite like to see Albon doing well. Because I know I defended him a lot when he was at Red Bull, and upon reflection he wasn't as good as what I thought he would be. But it was more that I wanted him to be good rather than I actually thought he was. But I don't know, maybe Williams if they got a good enough car, because I don't expect Albon
Points should be.
I don't expect him to be fighting for podiums and championships and so on, but I think he can be a good enough midfield driver. He can score a few solid points, he can put a good race together, and why not?
Why not? What else for Bahrain? What are we looking out for? Night race, love that.
Race, yeah.
For the Alfa Romeo livery.
Yeah. A lot of the liveries this year, to be fair.
A lot of the liveries. It's a strong grid.
Good.
Other than Mercedes, I think Mercedes looks absolutely shit.
Really?
Alpine, in my opinion, the same.
I really like the Alpine one.
Mercedes had one job.
Yeah.
New era, bring back the chrome. They had one job, and they didn't do it. Which I'm not very happy about. But the side pods disappearing, that looks cool. The car design kind of looks quite cool.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It looks a bit too skinny. Because if you look, especially next to the Ferrari, which has a massive, it almost looks like a reservoir. it just looks really skinny and a bit weird. It's been really cool to see how different teams have interpreted essentially the guidelines for creating a car in 2022. Didn't Red Bull do something similar? I didn't see a lot of the Bahrain testing.
Red Bull have some also innovative side pods, but it's still more traditional than the other two, I'd say.
Yeah.
They're quite sculpted and molded, but it's still it's not as far as Ferrari.
So I know we're sort of shooting in the dark here, but what are you going to say your qualifying predictions are for Saturday?
I think Sainz puts it on pole.
Really?
And Leclerc's purple, yellow.
So saying Leclerc second.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm saying Sainz goes fastest.
Yeah.
Leclerc feels a need to prove that he's better.
Yeah.
And bins it. That's what I'm saying.
It's very specific.
You know this one.
Yeah.
You come out the DRS back straight, and then if you play the game, you touch that curb and you spun.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen in real life.
Yeah. We're really bad with corner numbers and names, by the way, on this channel.
Yeah. We're bad with anything that requires too much intellect.
Yeah, we're not very clever. But yeah. So where he's that's not really there's a prediction, but I said your top three.
Okay, so then third.
Yeah. So Leclerc's still second.
Leclerc.
Because you said he bins it a second ago. So how would he get second if he's binned it?
His benchmark time was good.
Okay, fair enough.
He bins it on his last run.
All right. You didn't specify before.
Sorry.
But yeah, carry on.
A Monaco situation. I don't think he's going to start the race either. So actually in second will be Verstappen.
Okay.
And then in third, it's going to have to be Bottas ahead of Russell and Hamilton.
Oh God, imagine the scenes if that happens.
Yeah.
That's a very, very out there prediction. That's
Russell and Hamilton. Russell to out-qualify Hamilton as well. I think he's got it in him.
Very bold. Yeah. 3 Ferrari power units in the top 3.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because I saw reports that they didn't turn their engine up at all. Like they've got this whole new PU.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't use it.
Very quickly, I forgot to mention, Haas had some good times, but I believe they turned their engines all the way up. It was very much an attention sponsorship thing. I mean, it'd be funny if it wasn't. I've seen quite a few memes about how
I would say that I feel like their car's definitely really, really drivable. For K-Mag to jump in and do decently, whether they've turned the engines up or not, it shows that they've got a decent base.
It's just quite funny that they bin their drivers from 2020. 2021 brought in Mazepin for the money, dropped Mazepin. Now they've got a good car, and they've got 2 fairly likeable drivers again. My prediction for the top 3, I'm going to go a bit more traditional. I don't want to be boring here, but I'm going to say Hamilton pole.
Okay. I wouldn't mind it.
I think Mercedes are heavily sandbagging, as they always do.
Okay.
Ferrari is a good point, but I'm going to go with either Leclerc or Sainz P3. For me, I think Sainz is just a bit more consistent, personally.
I'd agree.
So I'm going to say Sainz P3. Maybe Leclerc P4.
So you missed the number.
I know. I know. I was getting there. And P2, I'm again going to be boring. Actually, no, I'm not going to be boring. I'm going to say George Russell P2. I'm going to say Red Bull's car isn't as good as it was last year, and they end up maybe 4 and 5 or 4 and 6.
We're both definitely wrong.
Because I could be miles.
I went out there and you went safe, and then for some reason you binned Red Bull.
Yeah, because
who looked very strong and had the fastest time of testing.
I'm just saying, keep your mind open. I could look like a genius here. I could look like a massive idiot. Probably the latter.
How long have we been doing this? A year and a bit? Year and a half?
Yeah, November
In that time, have you
2020.
ever looked like a genius? I don't know.
A couple of times. A couple
Oh.
of times my predictions have been so close,
So close.
and it's usually been Leclerc that's done me over with them. But yeah,
Alright.
that's our predictions. Let's go 4 and 5 for your predictions as well. Who are you saying 4 and 5? Because I've
4
given
and 5. AlphaTauri.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
think,
chat.
I think
Actually.
AlphaTauri.
Yeah,
Because their car looks vaguely similar to Red Bull, but no one's talking about it.
yeah. That's a safe and solid option, I think. Do you think it will be Gasly light years ahead of Tsunoda as last season, or do you think Tsunoda's?
Well, if you believe Drive to Survive, now he's moved to Faenza, he's a changed man. So,
Yeah.
on par.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's our predictions. It'll probably be like Schumacher and Schumacher and Latifi P1 and 2 on Sunday, for all we know.
Well,
but
Ishan said it. Good luck with that.
that's our predictions.
Bye-bye. Come
Thank
on,
you
let's
for
go.
watching.
Let's go
LTF1
back.
official Twitter, LTF1 official on Instagram. Goodbye. There's